Hi and welcome back to the channel. This is our second video on repairing a Harley Benton guitar. We have the guitar tore down to this point. So in this video what we're going to concentrate on is the neck. We're going to straighten the neck without any strings on it. We're going to adjust the truss rod, get the neck as straight as we possibly can. Then we're going to go through and check the frets. I'm actually going to level them a little bit and then recrown the high ones. And then we're also going to fill some holes here from this old nut. And there is some humps in this. And that comes from when the factory drills the holes and they put the new screw on it. The hole isn't sized properly for the screw. And right where the screw goes in, it leaves a little hump in the wood where the wood was pushed out from the screw going in. So we're going to fill these two holes and sand that down and re-drill for our new nut. Hopefully we can get to all that in this video. Okay, we've got our guitar prepped and ready to straighten the neck. So the first thing we need to do is to remove our truss rod cover. And I'm using a #1 JSI. And the JSI stands for Japanese Industry Standard. If you're stripping a lot of Phillips screws, you're probably using the wrong screwdriver. You can ask me how I know. That's because I stripped plenty of guitar screws before a Honda mechanic told me I was using the wrong screwdriver. And he informed me of the JSI screws. And I have my little tub here, and all the little parts from this guitar go in that tub so I don't lose them. Now here's our truss rod. I'm going to look in there and see what we got. Let me grab, I'll figure out which drawer it's in. I'm going to say most guitars are 4mm. That's pretty loose. So let's check 5. And it is not a 5. So it may be a 4.5. Let's try some Imperial. This is 3/16. Nope. Maybe 5/32. I don't know which is worse. That's 5/32. This is the 4mm. Neither one of them are too good. Let me see what else I have. I know I don't have a Calvin or any of the others to fit. Let's see how straight the neck actually is right now. Put our tool on here. I'll look down her neck. And there's a little bit of a spot. Let's check this far end. Yeah. So let's give it a little bit of a turn. Not much, just a little bit. I'm going to move it back and forth here a little bit and see how much movement I'm getting. Wow, that truss rod works really well. And I'm looking right here at the gap, and you can, wow, it works very smoothly. Give it just a little bit more. You can see now we have a rock. I can't get out. That works very smoothly. And I'm just moving it to where I get a rock, and then I'm going to back it off. Just a little bit right there. So I'm going to come back to there. And that's good. So now we're going to tape off our neck. There's a couple of things I like to do. Makes it easier on you when you go to take the tape off. I like to take a piece of tape and put on the edge of the fretboard here. I'm going to tear it right here so we can go flat and then against the body. And then I'm going to protect that part of the body right there with that piece of tape. And then do the same thing on the other side. Tear the tape right there, roll it down on the body. And then a small piece to cover where you tore it. Let's get our top. Then I go back and put one more on it, because this tape is very thin. I like using the thinner version. That way it doesn't interfere with my fret files. So I'm going to put an extra piece on it. And this one I'm rolling up and over the neck. Really the only piece is there, so when I go to peel the other tape off, this piece doesn't tear off. It's so thin that sometimes it'll rip and tear. And the second piece gives it a little strength. Okay, I have some different size tapes here. We're going to start out down here, the higher registers. Alright, we want to get this tape right up and on the fret. There's a little piece of dirt on that one. We're going to spin it. And dark colored fretboards will show mistakes. So take your time and get the tape on on the guitar properly. I'm just taking that and I'm running it down the edge of the fret. I'm not really pushing. I'm just pushing that tape onto the fret. And you can see this piece of tape went over and on our outside piece. So when we peel this up, we should be able to roll all this tape right off the neck. And you can see that right there. Why it's not going over to that fret, that's that inlay sticking up. That inlay is sticking up a little bit right there. And I think that's going to do it for our small tape. I should be able to go up to our larger size now. Nope, not quite, not yet. Let's get our small tape back. Do one more. Now that we're past the horn, you can hold your tape like this and then tear like that. It's a little harder to do that when you're in the horns of the guitar. And that one's so close, I'm going to go back and just put one dead center, just to make sure we have that fretboard covered. Alright, now we should be good. And again, right here, these inlays are protruding up. This one's not horrible. This one's protruding up as well. And I think we can go to our larger tape now. Alrighty, we want to cover our pickup so none of the shavings get stuck to the magnets. Remember, tape is cheap. And all we're doing is protecting the horn. Just so we don't have to worry about our tooling scraping the guitar. I'd say we're pretty decent right there. Make sure you get that tape down. We don't want any of those pieces of metal getting in around to our pickup. Okay. There's our taped off neck. It is ready to do a fret level. Okay, we've finished taping off our neck, got our guitar protected very well. Got both pickups taped off. So now we're going to go through with our Sharpie and mark our frets, so we can see how much material we're already taking off as we use our sander. And all we're doing is doing the very top of the fret. Right here, let's see where we need to push the tape down a little bit. If you see those spots, go back and get them while you're doing this. Like I said, they darker fingerboards will show in the cracks. You know, the light maple ones, whew, they kind of show everything. But the darker ones, I've noticed the metal dust will get into the crack. And that's kind of hard to get out. That's why you want to get that tape to that fret as well as you can. It will save you a lot of time in the long run. Okay, we have them all marked off. And we have 1200 grit on our sanding beam. So I am just going to very lightly go across the frets and see what we actually have. Just a couple passes. I didn't put any pressure on it. I want to see what the factory has done here. And what I'm seeing is they have some fall off on these frets, which is fine. I do that as well. But this upper fret, we didn't even hit. This one's lightly hit. These all look pretty decent. This was high on this side. It's really not horrible. We just need to get this fret in with the rest. And it looks like they started doing fall off right here. So we're going to mark their fall off location. We'll probably go back maybe to this fret or this fret. If we tape this fret to do the fall off, this will be our first fall off fret. We'll just see how the guitar responds to the rest of the work here. We do have two low spots here, and we're just now starting to hit this first fret. These two frets, very low. And again, we're still not getting into this fret here. Now, like I said, this is 1200 grit, so it's not taking much off. We're trying to retain as much of that fret as you possibly can. And we're just now starting to get this one. Flip the tool around. And we have a line on our fret, so we want to stop right there. And I'm looking at these. Very, very little fall off. It looks like they did more fall off on the high E string than they did on the low. So let's go ahead and do our fall off. Yeah, 14 is normally where I go. So they went to the 15th to do their tape trick. Just going to put 2 pieces of tape on it. That's going to act as a little ramp. And double check our pickups, make sure we have clearance. We don't want to be bumping those. And I'm just going to move the tool back and forth. Remember, we're high here now because of the tape. And a little bit of a belly right there. I am going to remark the frets. That way we can get a better idea of what we're actually doing. Just one pass. Looks like we're low here and here. Everywhere else looks pretty even. Let's get our low E side right. It's doing pretty good. Now I'm going to take the tool Oh, I know. You're cringing. You're doing this. Oh my God. Trust me. It's best to do in multiple directions when you're doing this. We still have 2 right here that are low. They're pretty good everywhere else. Now we've hit it. Now we're going to take our tape that we just put over that fret. We got to take that off. And we're peeling our so we got to fix that. Okay. Now what we want to do, since this was our first fret that we used on the fall off, we're just going to try to blend this to this angle to this slight angle that we put in the fall off. We don't want We don't want the angle to go to a crisp. We want to roll it in to the fall off. Doesn't take much. And here I'm actually doing this with the pressure, because I don't want to flatten out the fall off that we've already put in it. And that's it. Now we want to do a close inspection. So our close inspection, and you can see that we're just breaking that line. Okay, now that we have done the fret leveling, we need to just clean up the sides of the frets. It doesn't take much. Just want to clean them up. And essentially what I'm doing is I'm going to start about right like here, which is more than 30, and I'm going to roll that to the point where I get to about 30 degrees, and you'll feel it in the frets right there. And then I'm going to roll back. And all that's doing is taking that corner. That's all we need to do. These were really, as far as the machine work going this way and the chamfer, these frets were good. So just clean them up a little bit. Now we need to go back through and remark the top of our frets for crowning. Okay, now we have them all marked. Okay, here's our first fret. I'm going to take my Z file. I'm just going to see how it responds quickly. I'm going to go back with my guru. And we want to leave that line. That one's good. I'm going to go with the deeper side. We want to make sure we keep that dead center of the fret. Okay. We have a line dead center of all the frets. So now I'm going to take some sandpaper. This is 400, so I need to get some 1200 sandpaper. Okay, got a piece of my 1200, and we're just going to lightly go over the tops of these frets. Now I'm going to take the sandpaper, I'm going to put a notch on it. I'm just going to hit the sides. And then we're going to repeat the process this direction. Get a new spot on my sandpaper. Like I said, this is 1200, so it's extremely low grit sandpaper. And that's all we really need to do. So what we need to do now, we need to do some polishing on these frets. Well, actually, before we polish them, we should go back and dress our ends. And that's good for that side. Let's have to turn the guitar around here. And let's work on this side. Okay, we have this side done. Now we're going to go through and clean up our edge on that side. Alright, we're going to go back and just lightly hit the ends with some sandpaper. Feels nice. All right, let's check it. That's it. Now, if you notice, I'm not staying on one fret. I'm going across, going to the next fret. You don't want to put heat in the frets because the metal will expand and cause fret sprout. And also mess up your brand new level job. Because who's to say that as they cool and they contract, they're going to go back to a neutral position. Now we need to go the other direction. Spin the Let's check those frets. Looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to move the camera in so you can get a closer view. They look nice. Okay, now it's time to start taking our tape off the guitar. We have quite a bit of tape on this guitar. And here's where that trick comes in handy. I'm going to peel this part off first. Hopefully it'll catch most of it. And I think I just discovered why those inlays were all sticking up. Because they're stickers. You can see that they're peeling up. So to get this fretboard conditioned, and because it's a little dry, we're going to have to take all these off. That way we can condition the fretboard. You can see they're peeling up. So that would be why I kept feeling them. Okay, let's continue to take our tape off here. Lots of stickers on this guitar. Alright. Might as well take these off because we gotta get this neck cleaned up and conditioned. Leaving a lot of residue on the neck. So you will definitely have to use a cleaner to get the residue off. Okay, my camera decided to turn off. This was probably going to be the last video running the GoPro, as that battery I just removed from the camera come apart trying to get it out of the camera. It pulled the whole back of the battery out because the battery had swollen so much. It's okay. I have 3 brand new cameras. I have just been procrastinating on learning how to get the new system up and running. So hopefully the new camera system is going to be an improvement. Alright, that's all 800. So we're going to work on the back of this neck. We still have some spots that need some work. We're just easing this, breaking that edge. Let's do the same with this side. That's pretty good. Do have some spots right here. Those are small dents that are in the neck. Alright. I think what we're going to have to do now to finish this up, we're going to have to dispose of our strings, which I should have done this earlier, just to get rid of them. Make sure you re-lock your nut lock on this. That way the little blocks don't fall out. Now something I want to show you all. This was our low E saddle. Look at this intonation. I could be wrong, but that just looks very suspect to me. This one's, I've just never seen an A string forward like that. Doesn't matter. We are going to have to reset all the intonation anyway. And you can see it's got the Floyd Rose block. I think this is the bridge that is under the Floyd Rose Special. Anyway, we're just going to set it off to the side for right now. Okay, we're going to take our hardware off. Just so we can clean up the back side of that neck. Okay, there was some damage here on the headstock of the guitar, and I've worked on it a little bit, and it looks like there's still a little bit of damage. So we want to take some time and work on that. Okay, we're going to just finish sanding our neck. Try to get this a little more even. And then a little bit on our top from removing our tuners. Now, need a little bit finer sandpaper. Use a piece of 1200. Alrighty, we're going to wipe it down. We're going to start putting our finish on it. Alright, it doesn't take much of this stuff. Just a little tiny dab. And we're going to work it in a circle into the guitar neck. Dry spot, wipe off your face. Then we're going to go down the neck. You can see exactly where I stopped. Now I'm going back and just making sure that we have full coverage, and I'm pushing hard right now. I want to push it into the grain of the wood. Just a little dab. Now we're going to flip the guitar around and get this side. Just a dab. Smooth this hardware. Move the guitar up like, yeah. Just got to get the end of the fretboard here. I'm going to take my rag, get a dry spot, pick the guitar back up. Now we're going to remove the excess, what didn't soak in. Now we're going to flip the guitar. Do the exact same thing up here. I think it's going to need one more coat. So we're going to give this 15 minutes to cure. Then we're going to come back and give it one more coat. Okay, we're ready to put our last coat on. Now we're going to wipe the excess off. Dry rag. Looking good. Now I'm just kind of cleaning it. There's a lot of goo on it. From our tape. Okay, here's our repaired nose. If you go back to the very first video when I'm showing the guitar, you can see the tip of the headstock here was damaged. So we did a repair there. We have also cleaned up the back of the neck. We have taken all that goo that was on the binding and removed it. There was some kind of brown goo all over it. Now this side. We have also leveled and crowned and polished all our frets. It had stickers on here, so I did go back and lightly rework this fingerboard with some 1600. I kind of went in here, just polished out the board, and then I put some Dunlop fretboard conditioner on it, and then we cleaned it out with our rag once it got set up. It actually got 2 coats of that, and it seems like it's closed up the grain pretty good on it. It was pretty dry. It may need another coat. Before it leaves, I'll double check it and see what it looks like. But right now it looks much better. And again, with our new polished, leveled, crowned frets. And here's our reworked neck joint. I think that's going to do it for video number 2. In video 3, we'll fill the holes, get the tremolo mounted, get the lock nut mounted, and try to do some basic adjustments. Anyway, if you like this kind of content, please hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. When I see that subscriber count go up, it lets me know that I'm doing the content that you all want to see. Guitar repair, how-tos, or guitar reviews. Anyway, thank you for watching the video, and have a great day.